We
It's
are,
March.
it's March 1st. We are starting off with this. This, babies. The Bunnie XO book is out, stripped down. You got it the first day it dropped, right? And
On
listened to it?
Audible. Yeah.
Okay. You had pre-ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
You pre-ordered it and listened to it. Did you listen to the whole thing on the day it dropped?
I think it took me 2 days
2 days.
because because but I fell asleep listening to it and like started. It was wow, what a ride.
What a ride. I started it on the day that it dropped. The day that it dropped, it got delivered to my house. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. So it got delivered on February 17th, I believe. I started reading it that night. I've got to look at my calendar to tell you the exact timeline. I started reading it. I probably read a fourth of it. And then, yeah, and then I finished it on Sunday, the 22nd,
Because
because I won tickets to go see her on her book tour in Nashville at
so
the James
crazy.
Polk Theater, which
Crazy.
shout out, she could have done a bigger venue.
Really?
She could have sold out a bigger venue.
Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so proud of her. I think that it is absolutely iconic to be at the James Polk Theater,
Mm-hmm.
but she could have gone bigger and she would have sold it out. There was not a seat to be found in that place. You know how like some events you go to that are quote unquote sold out and you get there and there's like seats?
Mm-hmm.
No. And I had looked too because the tickets sold out in like 2 hours. So then after they sold out, I went and looked on Ticketmaster to see if I could get them some other third party way. No, there was no third party tickets to be found. So if I didn't win those tickets, I
Wow.
was not going to be able to go. But I did win tickets in what, you might ask? An Instagram giveaway.
In within like 12 hours, you commented and you were like, this is our dream. And then the next morning, you probably commented that what, like 4 p.m., the
Something.
21st. And
Something.
then the next day, it was like, you were like, I won. And I thought you were saying, like, I want. And I was like, oh, I want to too. And you're like, no, I won. I won.
No, I went. Well, I was making so many typos in my texts. I was making so many typos because I was so excited because I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna be in the same room as Bunny, and obviously I knew Mimi and Haley were gonna be there.
Love them.
It's Nashville. I knew Jelly Roll was gonna be there.
Right.
I didn't know who else was gonna be there. So let's talk about who else was there.
Yeah, I have been waiting for the whole like rundown of
Yeah,
the
we
whole
haven't even talked
evening.
about this because we
No.
wanted to talk about it on air. On
Yeah.
air.
On
Live.
air.
On air. I love it. I love it so much. So Trailer Park Tammy, Chelsea Lynn was there. She was opening. She's so funny.
I'm so obsessed with her. I
It
love
was
her.
hilarious because she was doing this bit about her how like people get her and Bunny mixed up. She was out there in like basketball shorts. I was like, yes, that's
I
so
love
funny.
Chelsea.
Winona Judd. Wow.
Insane. Insane.
Hello. Wow. So she did like an interview with her. Mimi and Haley were there, obviously. Shinedown. Shinedown was there and
What?
yes, and did an acoustic set.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. And then I didn't know, I wasn't familiar with this guy, but he was really funny. Leo Skeppy.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I looked him up after. I guess he's like an influencer. I couldn't figure out if he's an LA boy or a Dallas boy.
I
You
think he's
know?
an LA boy.
Okay.
He has
I
some
watched a
interesting
few.
lore.
I watched a few of his videos. Yeah, from what I could gather, he's pretty controversial.
He is. He's like in the LGBTQ world because he's a gay man, but he's very like masculine. Like I don't think he's like from or his parents aren't from America. Hold on,
Okay.
bud. Hold on. Um, yeah, I know he's had some beef with being like kind of like violent. Like he's had
Oh,
some
okay.
he talked about like beating up his boyfriend and like there's some so it's like he's very much like he loves the girlies, but he has some violent tendencies towards men, which is
I don't like that. But he did say that he's like right now is I believe he insinuated that he's hooking up with women.
oh. Oh wow.
He insinuated. He didn't come out straight and say that. But
Yeah.
Bunny asked him because she was like, I thought were like into boys, but I've seen you with some girls.
Right.
And he was like, yeah,
Oh.
so
I
I
mean,
don't
they
know.
seem to be bigger fans of him than men, so maybe that's good for him.
But isn't that true with all gay men?
Right,
Like
literally.
every single gay man I know, like women love them.
Hmm.
Men, meh, sometimes they do.
My
Sometimes they,
child literally just took every piece of clothing that I put in the laundry basket and put it back on top of the table. He took every piece out.
he's busy. He's booked and busy, honey. So that was the book tour. It was so in like I was just like so starstruck just being in the same room as
Hmm.
Bunny, just like being in her presence and her energy. It was
Hmm.
just amazing. And she's so beautiful. She's like
So
just
pretty.
as pretty and beautiful as you would imagine. Her outfit was a 12 out of 10, but it was so funny. Like when we got there, we had to pick our tickets up at the will call.
Hmm.
They're like, we don't have any tickets for you. And I was like, okay. So um I had to like message some people
Hold
and
on, buddy.
they're like Jelly and Buddies, like team people who work with them or their managers or whoever, like
Hmm.
they were all like so incredibly nice and kind. They like made sure that we got our seats.
Hmm.
Everything was great. And with everybody got a copy of the book with
Love.
their ticket. So everybody, if you didn't have the book, you had it. But it was really so great because it was a variety of people. And like
Right.
I feel like that's how a good way to kind of like judge if somebody how good they are to their fan base. If they have
Right.
a wide variety of people there, like there were men there, there were women there, there were straight men there. I mean, like Luis was there, and then like I literally sat in the middle of two straight men. I sat next to Luis, and then the other guy on my other side was another straight guy that was there with his wife.
Wow. Love that.
There wasn't like tons and tons of men, but
Right.
you know what I mean? Like they wanted to go, like they felt comfortable to go. Because I asked Luis, I was like, "Do you want to?" I was like, obviously, like my two biggest Bunny fan friends are Seth and Caroline, and neither one of them are going to be able to go. I was like,
Yeah.
so like, do you
So
want to
sad.
go? Yeah, do you want to go with me? And he was like, yeah, I'll go. And if he didn't want to go, he would have been very vocal about it.
Right.
He would have been like, no, I'm not going to that. So
Yeah.
I think that says a lot, that
It
like
does. Hmm.
he gives off that kind of vibe where I mean, there was people there that were really dressed up. There were people there in sweatpants. There were people there with, you know, neck tattoos. There,
Right.
there was just all kinds of people there, and it was really great to see, and everybody had a great time. And I
She
was,
definitely has the like come as you are
yeah,
energy. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, totally, totally. It was like that's what made it so easy. It was like picking out like something to wear. It was like just I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, just wear whatever you like because
Hmm.
that's gonna be the theme. So
Yeah.
there was people very dressed up,
Right.
people very dressed down. There were people that looked like they had a lot of money. There were people that looked like they didn't have any money.
Right.
It was like there was people of all different races, all different sexualities. It just
Right.
appeared to be like a very diverse crowd, and I loved that.
I love that. I love Bunny so much.
Everybody was having fun. And then oh, also they also had their daughter, Bailey Ann, out
Oh,
to
wow.
ask a few questions.
That's
And
so
so one of
cool.
the questions she had for Bunny was like, well, what's next for you? And she teased that they might be turning the book into a movie.
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be exciting?
That would be wow. I'm shocked.
So tell me your
I
thoughts on
have
the book.
feelings.
What were your favorite parts? And what were your favorite parts? And then what were the parts that like moved you the most, I suppose?
Oh man. I mean, well, I thought it was like from like almost like a psychoanalyzing perspective. I thought it was really interesting how she spoke about her trauma. Like she was very like especially specifically her trauma with women. She and also her trauma with men. She didn't really go like in depth of like she just kept saying like abuse. Like she wasn't like ever really like there was maybe like a few moments that she like deeply explained like what was happening, but she was just like, they were cruel, they were mean, and my whole like time, my whole experience, I just remember saying, I don't ever want to be like them. Like that's just like, and I appreciated that a lot about her. I mean, the parts that moved me the most were definitely the episodes about her becoming a bonus mom. That was like, oh my gosh, that was gut-wrenching. And then also both of the chapters about her parents, because like I really resonate with like being kind of like emotionally separated from my parents.
Mhm.
And the fact that she like had closure with them, like at the end of their lives, I thought was really beautiful. I just have like a true respect for her perspective and like her outlook on life. She could have really gone in really horrible directions, and a few times she did, but she always like re-steered herself.
Mhm.
And she really didn't have any reason to other than her own I'm sure she would say like it was because of God or Jesus, but also like she just really had like no reason to other than she had the tenacity to keep, pushing for herself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was really super impressive also that she did things to help her parents after the way that her parents did her.
She's
I,
so giving. Even her exes. She said she like gives money to like all of her ex-boyfriends
well, one
and
of them that has, I think one of them that has a kid, or I can't recall the details on who she funds, but I want to say it's a friend's daughter, or I'm not 100% sure, but she's
right.
very, very giving.
She's very
But
giving, yeah.
just that she like did so much for her dad, if I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, she has
Straight
like
up.
definitely has a very forgiving spirit because she's just like,
Straight up, I would not have been doing all of that, hauling my dad around the United States if he had exposed me to women who treated me the way that her
I know.
stepmothers and his girlfriends treated her. There's no way I would do that.
It was also kind of like, I mean, it was kind of glazed over very quickly, like that her step.
Yes, so the generosity to her parents was amazing.
Yeah. What I was saying is I could not believe that her stepmom was 17 and her dad was like almost 40. And then she was like 5 when her stepmom was 17. I was like, okay,
Right.
choices were made.
Okay. I I thought the worst part of kind of that scenario, in my opinion, was what the stepmom's sister did to her.
hmm
Like that has got to impact you for life.
Forever, yeah. And then everyone's like confused why she's like running away and why she's like so pissed off. And I'm like, why are you surprised? Like,
Yeah. Like of course you are.
yeah,
And I can 100% see how it would take a lot of time to get into a stable relationship.
yeah.
Like absolutely. But I'm so glad that they figured it out and they talked about it in the show. They talked
hmm
about it and they were because he brought up about how he had cheated on her and he said like he's like I'm so glad that she talks about it in the book because and he made it very clear he wasn't talking about like any type of abuse. Like obviously if somebody is abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, you should get divorced.
Right.
But he was like, we do want people to know that like there is redemption in relationships. Like you can have a big, huge, glaring problem, and you can decide that you're going to work it out. And he's like, if he's very clear if your husband cheats on you and you want to divorce him, you have every right to. He's not trying to talk anybody like out of it, but
Right.
he was just kind of saying that they hope that their relationship is inspirational to other people who do combat problems,
Hmm.
and just like letting people know that like, okay, you can have a really, really big issue and you can decide that you're gonna work on it together.
Yeah. And especially with both of them coming from such like tumultuous
Right.
like childhoods and then adulthoods, like I think it makes sense to be like not to like start broken, but they were like, kind of like fractured. They both were started in like a fractured place, and sometimes you like have to heal together before like your relationship is solid. Like a lot of people
Totally.
think like, oh, you have to heal when you're single and then you're like and then you're a whole person and then you get in a relationship. But I don't think that's true because you don't really do the work until you're back in a relationship.
Mm.
Like you could say like, oh, I'm like the perfect person, and then you get in a relationship, but you don't know how to like handle your wounds because you've just been imagining them. Like the only way you can really work through it is like with the other person, with the person that you're deciding to spend your life with. So,
But
yeah.
the running away from home, the running away
Oh
as a
my God, yeah.
child, and then also the running away from Jelly Roll.
Yeah, that was the reoccurring
'Cause she did
theme.
run away. One of the times that she ran away and left him was not when there was infidelity. She just was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, that was
You know?
crazy. Like she was so brave to like admit that because like
Yeah.
to just be like, yeah, no, motherhood was too much and I just dipped and I was like, damn girl, you just
It was
really laying it all out there.
no, but
Like
she's so right. And
she's so
I
right.
think that people feel that feeling
Oh yeah.
when they become a parent or a step parent. I mean, in my work I have talked to new moms who are like, I don't know if I did the right thing. I
Right.
That's very real. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
God, it's so real. Yeah.
yeah, it's real. And so I
Hmm.
think that her talking about that was commendable, but so relatable on how she, like, her default mode was to run away. And I relate to that so much. I feel like that's
Yeah.
so me. There was something on,
Well, she's an air sign, right? Isn't she an Aquarius? I think.
honestly, I'm not 100% sure what her sign is, but
Because usually air signs are runners,
there,
respectfully.
there was this one part. Um, Dang, I can't believe
Yeah, she's an Aquarius. Yeah, I think she mentioned it in the book.
I can't believe. Oh, I thought that this part on page 32 was very relatable to something that me and you have talked about. Um, she said she's talking about thinking that she was going to go to hell for being like an angsty kid.
Oh yeah.
And she says, "Man, does this shit stick with you? I still can't take the Lord's name in vain. It scares me too much. Or if my daughter or my husband says it, I tell them to stop right away. God has been nothing but my divine protector, but it's like a habit I can't break, the unknown of heaven or hell." So she talks about that too, like not even being sure, like all of her thoughts on God, religion, and we've talked about this before, where like we're like, well, I mean, I'm not religious. I consider myself, kind of spiritual, whatnot.
Same, yeah.
I do believe in God, but we've talked about before how like, oh, it's so scary whenever people curse God, or it's so scary when there's like demonic stuff or like
Yeah. Like
stuff
the
like that.
symbolism of it all. Like I like even when we were like in church over the weekend, like I still like do the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Like I'm not gonna miss a moment to divinely protect myself in the house of
Exactly.
the Lord.
And I thought that was so relatable to things that we've like
I
talked
need the
about
protection.
before. Um, yeah, where she's like, I don't have this 100%, I don't have this 100% figured out, but I do know that I don't like it. Like
Right.
cursing God. I'm like, yeah, relatable. That scares me. Like actually scares me. And it was interesting to hear her talk about things that scare her because, she's so like strong and tough and everything. So
No, she really reminded me, like reading her book, she reminds me so much of both of us because even though she didn't have a lot of like solid, good adults around her, she had this like inner conscience that was
yeah,
always like guide. And I feel like that's we're so same, and that's kind of what we bonded over is that we've always had this like inner adult that's like parenting us and like guiding us and making us make the right choice. And whether it be whoever.
yeah.
Like I definitely resonate with that a lot.
Yeah. No, her childhood was like, I would say overall extremely different than mine.
Yeah,
But I
same. It was different than mine.
extremely different, but still that concept is the same, was like she doesn't know how she knew at such a young age, like, I don't want to be like these people.
Exactly. Yeah.
She didn't, she was 5. She didn't know how she knew that she didn't want to be like her stepmom or her stepmom's sister. or her dad or her mom, but she knew. She was like, I don't want to be like these people. These people are weird.
Literally.
And
Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
can relate. I grew up around a lot of people that I th thought were very weird, and there's no reason why I would know that they were shady or weird because they were the only people I had been exposed to. I didn't go to school. Like
Hmm.
those are the people that I was around. There was so many people in my parents' church that I was like
Nope.
side eye at like, 6 years old. I'm like, this is dumb,
Yeah,
Like you guys are
literally.
on some dumb shit. How did I know that? I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's just like that inner parent that's like, nope, this
Yeah,
is not for me.
I was like, this is weird.
Hmm. No, literally. I'm so glad that was like similar to like the Taylor docs. Like I'm
Mhm.
so glad that I read that because like she did say there's been a lot of like they're getting a lot of bad like internet press right
Yeah,
now,
and that's fine.
and which is like always going to happen, but like after reading her book, I'm like, no, she's definitely one of the good ones. Like it doesn't matter what they say about her. She's definitely one of the good ones.
No, she is a good person.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna convince me. Nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. Just like Taylor Swift, nobody's gonna convince me otherwise.
exactly.
That's a good person. Like there's a lot of people that are that you could easily convince me that they're not a good person, but
Yeah, because once you know someone's like true foundation, like and like there's other people's docs that I've watched and I'm like, I'm still skeptical.
no.
Like Katy Perry. I was like, no, she's her dad's weird. She's weird. She's mar getting together with the Prime Minister of Canada. Weird. Like every choice
Yeah.
she makes is weird, like weird. But like there are some people that when you like see their foundation, you're like, okay, that's like a good ethical person, you know?
Yeah. And another thing that is good about her is she says, I'm not a role model. Don't be like me.
Yeah.
Do not do the stuff I did. Like,
Yeah. No, she
do
never
not,
says she's like the perfect parent or the perfect like,
right.
you
She's like,
know.
do not do drugs. Do
Yeah.
not, you know, sex work is not glamorous.
Mhm.
She is like very upfront about it. And like with her and Jelly Roll, they're like, we are not role models. We are not like these super duper strong Christian. I mean, they're like in their faith. She says that they're like baby Christians. Like they're in their
Right.
faith and they have it and they love God and that's great. But she's like, we're not your spiritual gurus. And
Hmm.
that's kind of like, to sum it up, that's kind of like how I look at celebrities. Like I don't think that a celebrity should be influencing you on your religious beliefs or how to vote or what your opinions are about like things. Like they're celebrities, that
Right.
artists,
And you can have like
entertainers.
admiration for someone and like their word can just be like their own opinions and it's not
Yeah.
like
Like
they're not.
I love like Dolly Parton, you could never tell me anything bad about her. Taylor Swift, you could
Hmm.
never tell me anything bad about her. Bunnie, you could never tell me anything bad about her. And I'm sure that there's a lot of similarities and differences in those three women in their spiritual and political beliefs, like between them.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of differences. The good news is I don't need none of the three of them to tell me how to vote or believe
Yeah.
in God.
Yeah, you're a grown up.
Like I'm good. I'm good, But yeah, I know. I think it's kind of a parasocial thing how people expect, the celebrities or public figures that they like to like
Hmm. Well,
agree
and
with
I
them
think
on
like
every single thing.
yeah, and especially when our country is in kind of like a crisis where so, like unfortunately like I think as you get older people will see that you have to like be your own North Star. Like you have to figure out a way to like life is anxiety driven, you know? So you have to figure out a way to how to self-soothe yourself, how to regulate yourself, how to calm down, how to like get centered because nobody is going to be your North Star, you
Right.
know?
Exactly. And you can love Dolly Parton and Taylor Swift and Bunnie XO all you want. I mean, I love them down.
Hmm.
But I can't call any of those people to help me.
No.
I
Yeah.
have to be able to help myself.
Yeah. And even when I was like in my deep religion era, like I was never as anxious as I was when I was like a profound Christian. Like I was the most anxious because I was like, everything I'm doing is wrong. Like everything I'm
Right,
doing
the
is wrong.
rapture. I
Literally.
mean, we've talked about this before. That shit is scary.
Yeah, literally.
That
So
shit is
it's
actually
best to just be your own North Star. That's my
be
life advice.
yourself, be your own. It's totally fine, of course. Like if there's somebody that you align with, you're probably gonna like them more. That's cool, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you can just listen to Bunny's podcast and read her book, and you
Exactly.
don't have to agree with everything that comes out of her mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
Or
I'm gonna
her.
love her content. I'm not gonna get up and put on pleather every day.
Yeah, you don't
Like
have to dress
that's
like her because we can't. For one thing, I could never.
no, I'd look like a busted can of biscuits.
Oh my God. It would her outfits are ooh tight,
Oh my
honey.
God. Dude,
Good
she's a
for her.
baddie.
Good for her.
Good
Yes.
for her.
Okay. Love is Blind. There's so much going on. We haven't talked since that
The
horrible
fur.
conversation between Chris and
Right.
Brie.
So yeah, we're now in the third in section, right?
Yes,
Of the
the
okay.
third drop.
And
Yeah.
then the finale is the 11th, I believe. The all the weddings, I
Oh,
think.
is it not this week? Check it out.
I
Do we
might
have
be,
to wait a
yeah.
whole nother week? They've been dropping episodes every week. Do we have to wait 2 weeks for this? Oh
Let
my
me look.
gosh.
Episode 12, March 4th. One
Yes,
episode.
that's the rest of the weddings.
Oh, okay. But and then it's done. Okay.
And then there'll
Where
be
did
a
I see
reunion.
March 11th?
Okay, so can we talk first about Chris and Bree's conversation?
Yeah,
That
that's like
was
where we start.
horrible.
I don't
I,
like him at all.
oh no, I can't stand him.
Ew,
He's,
when he was like, imagine if I took you to the Four Seasons. Not many normal people do that on a regular Thursday. I'm like, bro, you're
I'm like,
not
there are
cool.
so many Four Seasons in the United States. He's acting like, like that's akin to taking her to Dubai.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, bro, there's a Four Seasons like 3 miles from me. What are
Yeah.
you
If
talking
a guy was like,
about?
what if I took you to a hotel for dinner? I'd be like, then you took me to a hotel for dinner. Like, what the fuck are you
But
talking about?
I have such a problem with her for standing there and having that conversation. I know at
Eating
the
it
end of it,
up.
I understand at the end of it, she like said, "Hey, no, I only want to do this with Connor," which was she was not convincing in the slightest when she said that. She was
Right. No.
you didn't convince me for 1 second, girly pop, that you only want to do this with Connor. But she did quote unquote do the right thing. But why were you standing there talking to him? And we texted about this, and I was like, the way that I would not have even given that man 1 millisecond of my time.
Right.
Because what could he have to say
Yeah.
that
I
would
feel like they definitely dated after the season ended, which
I
is
hope
crazy because
so.
he's
I
like,
hope so.
I hope so. They're match made because I mean, even the parallels between Brie and Chris's conversation and then Brie and Connor's conversation, like it's kind of like the same thing but a different person. Like Brie's talking at Connor saying like this is all of the things that I like want in a person, and then Chris is doing the same thing to Brie where he's like this is all of the things that I would do for a person, and it's like that's not real connection. Like you guys are just like talking at someone. Like you're not like what's your ideal dinner? Like what's a way that I could show up for you that would make you feel loved? Like you're not like you're not emoting anything. You're just like flexing. Like that's not, I mean, I guess that's attractive to them. I mean, as soon as she said like I'm used to dating alpha men, I'm like, ugh, like okay, alpha.
So gross. That word is so unnecessary. I don't even think that we should have to have the word alpha in the dictionary because any
Please.
man, I think we should remove it because
Hmm.
any man who is an alpha male will never, ever say that they're an alpha male. Those words
No.
will never leave their mouth, ever. Literally, I think if you would ever, I think by default, if you say you're an alpha male, that means you're definitely not.
Yeah, literally.
So why do we even have the word?
I mean, or just like leave it only to where it belongs, which is like animals.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, right.
literally like
Correct. Yeah,
just
correct. Leave it. Yeah, but we
we're
shouldn't be
just
using it for that purpose.
describing animal
Never,
relations, animal kingdom.
Never in your life will will a man who is by definition an alpha male, never in their life will they ever tell you that they're an alpha male.
Never, no. No,
Never.
no self-respecting man is gonna say, I'm an
No
alpha
one.
male.
Literally. Like that is so gross, disgusting.
Maybe a man under 5'7", like Chris.
Well, my husband's like 5'5". He's a short king, so I
But he
can't.
would never say, I'm an alpha man.
I do, even though my husband is like 5'5", I do shit on short men because
Yeah.
short men syndrome is real.
Because it's the audacity to be that short.
I love my husband. I love my short husband, Luis. I love him with all my heart and soul.
Mm,
I wouldn't change anything about him, especially his
literally.
height, because we're so compatible height.
Yeah.
It's so
You're
great.
5'1", right?
5'2",
5'2".
and
I'm
he's 5'5",
5'1".
and literally our photos are so cute
I love that.
because we're like almost the same. It's adorable, and I love it so much. So I wouldn't change a single thing, but he doesn't have short man syndrome.
No, no.
He's not trying to make up for that not
Yeah.
being tall.
And there's like a world where you can obviously be successful and do all of those things and not have to like, that's your only personality. But I
It's
mean, we're,
just funny. It's funny because he is such a fucktard and he's also an elf.
it's an elf.
That's why it's funny. That's why it works together because you're like,
Literally.
oh, you're worthless and you're the Keebler elf, you know?
And he's so elfish too. Like he's
The
so
ears,
elfish.
the tongue. Yeah. Like, I hate Chris. I literally hate Chris so much.
I hate him.
I hate Chris so much. I don't like Brie. I hated the way that she did Connor. I absolutely
Hmm.
hated the way that she
He
did
was like
him.
really all in. Like I didn't really realize how all in he was until the last
I didn't
episode.
either. I thought that he severely wanted her to shut the fuck up.
But he was into it.
But
He
he
was
was into
into
it.
it.
Now, what I do have an issue with is how much people have romanticized Connor.
Oh yeah.
I have huge issue with that. Like, just
Hmm.
because you can say, hey, I feel bad for the way this bitch treated this man
Hmm.
without acting like he's something phenomenal because he's not.
Well, what's that phrase that an average man is, or no, an average woman is like the most amazing man, you know?
Might be something. I mean, I believe it, but
Because
he's
it's literally that.
not
Like he's just
that.
doing like regular things that like regular people should be experiencing in
Yeah,
relationships.
he did not do anything. He has not shown me anything that like wowed me.
Mm-mm.
The two guys on this season, and but that's just me. Other people have different feelings, but the two men on this season that I would be willing to go on a date with are Vic and Jordan.
Yeah. And I was so, oh my God, I was so proud of their final date conversations. And I really loved to like shift to conversations that we loved and men that we loved. Like I loved Jordan's conversation with name
Amber.
Amber and I don't think she really realized how hurt he was until he was like, I didn't eat all day because I've been so anxious about
Yeah, and then she
talking to
knew.
you. And then she was like, she like her whole everything, like her whole disposition changed. And she
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because she's so used to being so impacted by a man that she didn't think about her own impact to
Yes.
a man.
I think that that little spat between Amber and Jordan, I think that was fake. And
Mm.
I've okay, in this show, you always have one, not last season, but you have usually you have one to two couples who are just stable people. And usually what their deal is usually neither one of them had any other connections in the pods. It was
Hmm.
usually just this was the only person that I liked, and then we ended up together
Hmm.
and they don't have any drama. And they will create, but they, to keep, because it's a TV show, they will create some sort of mini drama. So I remember
Mm.
it vividly from, I don't know what season it was. I think it was Washington, D.C., maybe season with Garrett and Taylor.
Mm.
Okay. And there was some like, oh, did your ex like DM you on Instagram? And there was like some little like spat, but it was so fake. And you could tell that they weren't really Like
Yeah.
you could tell that she wasn't actually concerned about what he was doing on
Right.
Instagram. And then like Daniel and Taylor, they might have been from the same season. I don't know. Do you remember where she was like, I think you followed me on Instagram. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I think they were on the same season.
And
I
they ended up,
think
I
they
think they
might
were
have
on the
been.
same season. And then they ended, they both end up being like the most gorgeous, beautiful, non-problematic couples ever. So I
Hmm.
think that like when there is an A plus 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 couple, I do think that they throw in something
Yeah.
stupid.
I don't know though, because I saw an after interview of Jordan and he was saying that they really did not get a lot of time together because she works an hour away and then on her other days off, she was with her daughter at the house really far away.
Mhm.
So he was saying that like they really didn't get a ton of time together in the house alone.
Mhm.
So, and then also she was very inebriated. I think she might have taken the situation and escalated it a little bit because he's literally saying, I'm nervous about meeting her daughter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that I don't think it was a real fight. I think they were both just overly drunk and
Drunk. Yeah.
misunderstanding, and there was a
Amber was
misunderstanding.
toasted. And he's like, not even saying, I mean, that's a normal reaction
No,
to be
exactly.
nervous. Yeah.
She was being super hypersensitive, which
Hmm.
is just that's not her. Like, she's not a
Hmm.
sensitive lady.
Hmm.
I mean, she's a nurse practitioner, so I know that she gets told to go to hell every day of her life. So
Right.
I know she's not a sensitive lady.
Yeah.
So I think it was just like the alcohol. But yeah, I'm not saying like it was like they meant to do it. They faked it. When I say
Hmm.
fake, I mean like
Like over
not legitimate.
dramatized.
Not
Yeah.
legitimate. Like it was due to some external factor, like
Yeah.
alcohol being
Hmm.
involved. If alcohol wouldn't have been involved, I don't think that that conversation spat would have ever happened because
I
she would
know. I
have
sometimes
just.
I wish like alcohol was banned from shows like this because I get really frustrated with what alcohol does in these hypersensitive situations.
But then it gives us stuff like that tangent that Chris went on. And
Yeah,
Alex,
true.
the tangent that
Yeah.
Alex was on with
Craziness,
Bree
yeah.
and Ashley. It
Can you
gives
believe
us
that
you
was all the
too.
same night? Like that
No,
was two episodes of one night.
I
I was
can't
like, no
believe.
wonder these people like came home and all fought each other
Yes,
because like that night was hell-ish.
yes. So Amber and Jordan, I love. I do think they're going to get married.
I hope
I
so.
think Jordan reminds me of Luis a lot. Like
Mm,
he's
yeah, Jordan
jolly,
reminds me of Luke. Yeah.
he's chill, he loves Amber. He's not gonna get Amber could fucking do whatever he wouldn't get mad.
But the way
Not
that
gonna get mad.
Jordan's like always making stuff for people to try, Luke does that all the time.
And
Luke
he has
will
a
make
CPAP.
cookies. Yeah. Yes. He's like our if our husbands had a baby, that would be
Yeah, no, he's reliable.
Yeah.
He doesn't have mood swings.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk all the time. I fucking
Hmm.
hate a man that talks all the time.
Yeah, because you really don't have that much to say. You can't.
Yeah, and he's just like eating and being happy and loving Amber and wearing a
Yeah.
CPAP and shutting the fuck up. And I love that.
His little snarky remarks are were so funny too. When he was like, "Oh, look, another person to know us and how I feel."
It was so funny when Amber
Oh my
was
God.
going in on Chris, and you could tell that Jordan didn't want to like interfere. He wanted to like let her do what she had to do, but
Yeah.
you could tell that he was kind of scared.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of had his arm on her, like, hey, like, oh, maybe like
Yeah.
let's
No, literally.
maybe turn around or something. Like I know that he was scared what she was gonna say,
Yeah,
but
no,
he wasn't gonna
it's
stop her.
no, yeah. You can tell he I mean he comes from it seems like a house of women.
Yeah.
It's crazy too. His I have to like do a picture comparison. His mom looks like just like my grandma.
Oh,
Like
that's
they
fine.
look like siblings. Like I'm like if I had like one more brother, I think he would look like Chris.
I
Or not
love
Wait, not Chris.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Love Amber and Jordan. Love Christine and Vic, even though they don't get a lot of screen time, still love them. He's
Yeah,
a
why
good
don't they get
man.
oh yeah, I need a petition like that they good couples get more screen time.
Right. And I know they don't do it because they're not exciting. Like they're boring to watch. Like it literally, I mean, I get it. Because like if you put me and Luis on a TV show, like we're not gonna give.
But I'm not bored seeing
drama.
healthy communication.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
that's just me.
That no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that they should, I think that Love is Blind really needs to showcase these good matches and these respectable men that
Yeah.
they do find. Like, stop giving so much screen time to Alex talking
Trash.
like just word salad and not making any sense. Stop giving Chris so much screen time. He is a loser.
Mhm.
Like, stop giving these guys, stop just constantly showing like Mike, all he wants is somebody to breed. Like,
Yeah,
please stop.
please, literally.
We
Like
know, yeah. Let's
just let
more.
me watch like an idyllic relationship. Like that's the whole point. Like
That's the whole point.
I don't want to watch what I lived when I was like in my early 20s. I want to
Yeah,
watch like I've been
yeah.
gaslit before. Like I
Oh, Brittany and Devontae. Yeah, I don't want to watch him literally like destroy her self-confidence and her self-esteem. She's like,
ugh,
"Oh, well, you're just not gonna tell me like I'm pretty," and like she's the hottest woman on the show. She is the
hated.
hottest woman on the show.
And the way that he's so like forthright, like how she's like, I guess I just have to accept that you're just never gonna tell me I'm beautiful. And he's like, yeah. I'm just like, what the heck?
I want to know, yeah, I
Accept,
want to know
never
how she
accept that.
feels. I want to know how she feels watching this back. I hope that she's like recovered
I hope she
and
feels like he's a racist because or a colorist or whatever. Because I'm like,
I hope she knows that she's a baddie and he's absolutely not.
no,
But yeah, Vic and Christine are doing great. Okay, let's talk about Alex. Alex, what is wrong with him?
he's a sociopath for sure.
We started off with that he doesn't know about menstrual cycles. He doesn't know anything about menstrual cycles. He thinks that the state of Florida has great education.
In Arizona.
I'm like, have we looked at these stats? Have we looked at these numbers ever at all?
No, literally.
Like, and what was that? In 5 years, I see myself with a house in Florida, a trust in Dubai, and a safe. Why do we need a safe house?
Are you like fighting the law?
Like, is he in the CIA? I mean, is he
Like,
eight figure? Why
literally.
why is the safe how are you gonna get to the safe house from Florida? Like,
Who needs a safe house?
that's what I'm saying. Like, are
Yeah.
we on Paradise? I'm thinking about that show Paradise on Hulu.
I still don't know what day trading is. I don't know what it is. That's it. He trades money. That's all I got.